Once upon a time there was a land where no one could utilize their own hand. There was a reason for this display, a lesson that we will all learn today. The guests, they arrived with dresses and attire. They greeted one another and to the table retired. The table was laden with foods of all colors. There were children and teens and fathers and mothers. They all sat and laughed and joked for a while. They wrinkled their faces and filled them with smiles. The food did look tasty, and their stomachs did rumble. The young ones started to moan and started to grumble. So the host, what a gentleman, said,
"Please, all eat. The table is now ready. Your hunger will meet."
The guests were ecstatic as they all sat and cheered, but from under the table a problem appeared. You see, all the guests wore strapped to their hands a long utensil fixed with a rubber band. To eat in this kingdom, this was the only way. They couldn't remove it to eat, rest, or play. They must learn to use this. It was the host's plan. But how they puzzled with this stuck to my hand. So they gave it a go and started with shouts.
How could we ever reach our mouth?
Soon they became hungry and the mood differed as things became tense and they started to bicker. As food went all over, dresses and all, the man with the tie and the lady's gown for the ball. Soon the whole table in complete disarray, food flying left, right, and they started to say,
"Would you just be careful? Look at yourself, throwing food all over the table and over myself."
Will you stop poking me with your fork? Can't you see I'm starving? Your table manners and etiquette are quite alarming.
You're a fine one to talk.
one of them muttered. The fine lady glared and with her mouth wide did splutter.
This kingdom makes me angry. No one is noticing. I am tired, cold, and hungry.
With that they all started to nod and agree, fighting each other and with animosity. The host tried to calm them and help them understand. There were ways to operate, how things worked in this land. But no, they continued to be angry and not fed.
Will someone please feed me?
A little voice said. Looking on at the child, the host broke a smile. He called out.
Listen!
But they were all in denial. One by one they stood and all the guests left. Hungry, angry, and some quite bereft. The host was sad to see such a sight. So much love had turned to hatred and spite. For in this kingdom of love, there was only one way. To be a servant to all is the lesson today. A feast of servants willing to place their brother and sister before them, the ones sat before their face. To use their fork for another and not for themselves, but their hearts were hardened as they bid their farewells. Soon those left grew silent, and from the end a firm voice.
Will someone feed me, please?
Came the little child's voice. The host leaned over and with his fork on his hand, he fed the little one with the fork and the band. Whispering gently, he leant to him and said,
The secret is thinking of others. Let them be first instead.
All those who have left have let this truth slip through their fingers. Now selfishness and pride in their heart is all that lingers. Reaching again, the host did say,
This, my son, is how you are fed today. Serving others, and not only number one, for they are my dear daughters and sons. The only way to stay nourished, to eat and to grow, is to put another first. In this you must know.
The little boy smiled as he in return fed his master, and they both laughed and enjoyed the table long, long after. Long after those had missed the tale of the fork, for to live life here was not words, but action, not talk. So today, please hear the moral of this fable. Always serve others first at life's table.